When you live in the inland Northwest, you're close to nature, and many of us appreciate that. But too much wildlife, too close to home, isn't the best thing. This is a copy of the petition Nawar Agrati filed to get a protection order against his neighbor. He says his neighbor has been harassing him for several weeks. He has since learned that his petition has been denied. This section of Holyoke in North Spokane was shut down for several hours this afternoon as police investigated a pretty disturbing call. The Central City line has been in the works for years, and STA wants your help in helping it move forward. Now there's quite a crowd out here in front of the DA's office in downtown Sacramento. I'm going to step aside and let you take a look at this crowd. They've been chanting and just gathering all afternoon. The police just opened Crestline just about 20 minutes ago. Several police were here on scene after an investigation into a drive-by shooting earlier this evening led them to this neighborhood here off of Crestline. Now it hasn't even been a week yet since the law enforcement community in this area came together in support of a Coeur d'Alene police officer here at Kootenai Health after he was wounded in the line of duty. He was released from the hospital on Friday against white supremacy, and I'm here with an organizer, Kate Meyer. Kate, why did you want to be a part of this? I spoke with police today, and they tell me that they're planning on wrapping up this case and making an arrest this week. They tell me that, of course, they're taking this case very seriously. Hey guys, so this is the 9th year we've partnered with Toyota and Avista to give away a brand new car. And after weeks of anticipation, we finally know who that person is. It was a chilling scene last December. Police were called to a shooting at the Westview Manor Apartments on the Lower South Hill. The building owner, 59-year-old Danette Kane, was shot and killed on the property. The building manager survived a gunshot wound to the head. It's a night Westview Manor tenant Jeremy Logan and his tight-knit group of neighbors won't soon forget.
Our friend is gone. Our other friend is blind for the rest of his life and had to move out.
And months after the shooting, the residents of Westview Manor are dealt another blow.
To purchase these apartments.
Logan just received this notice.
And we'll have to raise rents.
A notice from the new owners of the building, Southside Investments LLC. The new owners will raise the rent July 1st. Logan's rent will be raised by $475.
Well, I'm completely up in the air and don't know where I'm going to go.
Logan says he just can't come up with that kind of money every single month. And he says many of his neighbors are in the same position.
I don't know a single person here yet that is planning on staying. Most of us can't afford it. Yeah, we absolutely are being pushed out.
But the new building owner says that's not the case. He says they're raising the rent to meet current prices in the area. And he says the building is in need of some renovations, which include new appliances, new countertops, flooring, and other upgrades. Logan says despite the upgrades, the rent hike is still too high.
It really feels like they're just trying to squeeze as much out of people as they possibly can.
And that's why Logan is currently searching for a new place to stay. But that's not all. He's reached out to the tenants union and city leaders. He hopes more can be done to make housing more affordable.
We're all poor working people and nobody is looking out for us. And we have to look out for each other.
After serving 6 years in the Army, combat veteran Jonathan Kiner never thought he would pull his gun on anyone ever again.
And I just put myself in front of the danger.
That was until Thursday evening. Kiner and his family were grocery shopping at the Walmart in Airway Heights. They paid and walked out to their SUV and started loading it up. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary until Kiner walked over to the driver's side.
That's when the door popped open and he was sitting in there and everything escalated from there.
The strange man tried to bolt from the car, but Kiner was able to get a hold of him.
I said, "Do not fight me." I said, "I don't want to hurt you." But the safety of my family was first and foremost.
That's when he says he pulled out his pistol and let the man know he had a concealed carry permit.
He tried to struggle a little bit and I got him to the ground and he kind of just balled up in a turtle position and I held him there.
Officers soon arrived. Airway Heights police identified the man as Jared Austin. He was arrested and cited for misdemeanor second-degree vehicle prowling. Kiner says he showed police his concealed handgun carry permit and he was free to go. But the entire ordeal stuck with him.
Unfortunately, it brought a lot of bad things back from when I was in country and over in Iraq. we dealt with a lot of people in situations that were like that.
He reached out to the Spokane Veterans Outreach Center for help.
They were there for me yesterday, they were there for me today, so I thank them very much.
But that's not the only thing Kiner is thankful for, looking back at the situation.
But then I was also thankful that it happened to me, and I had the skills and the knowledge to ascertain the situation and where I didn't need to use deadly force. There was no reason to.
Kiner encourages people who get concealed carry permits to do as much training as they can. For now, Kiner's gun is back in its holster, and he says he hopes he's never in a situation where he has to use it again.
Knowing what I've been through, I didn't want any more violence on my head. I don't want to have to live with that.
It was a heart-stopping moment. Oregon State University's quarterback Jake Luton took a hard hit against WSU. He laid there motionless on the field for several minutes. He was eventually carted off to the hospital.
The quarterback?
The quarterback, yeah, he got hurt.
It was a moment Brianna Hubbard and her son Silas watched from home.
He was just visibly, choked up about it.
Hubbard says Silas, who is just a few days shy of his 3rd birthday, was really worried.
So we watched the rest of the game and we took a bath. We all got ready for bed, and Silas was still talking about what happened and was like, "Mommy, he's gonna be okay, right?"
After talking with her husband, Hubbard thought they should do something. They ran to the store, picked up just one cupcake, and headed to the hospital to give it to Jake.
I went with no makeup, my pajamas. Silas is wearing these ridiculous skin-tight, little jammy shorts.
When they got to the hospital, the waiting room was filled with Jake's family and friends.
Here we come in with literally a single cupcake, and I think I made the comment, I was like, well, I didn't bring enough, there were tons of people with him.
Jake had suffered a spinal injury, but fortunately was able to walk out on his own. He was greeted by a lot of familiar faces, and one he didn't know, little Silas Hubbard.
Silas got to give a high five and give the quarterback the cupcake, and it was magical.
Jake later wrote on Twitter he will always remember Silas and the love and kindness he showed after a scary night in the hospital. And if anyone knows about a scary night in the hospital, it's Silas.
He had a stroke in utero about a day or two before he was born, and I had an uncomplicated pregnancy the whole time up until I kind of noticed that he hadn't been moving very much.
Hubbard had an emergency C-section, but the stroke had caused Silas hearing loss.
They told us that he was profoundly deaf in the right ear and had moderate to severe loss in the left.
He's been wearing hearing aids since he was 8 months old, but that hasn't kept him from becoming a smart, charming, and energetic little boy who truly just cares about others.
I don't know, we didn't even think about it. This is what we do. This is what we would want other people to do for us.